Everybody. Hey! It's Laura Helen, aka Mummy, forever family, forever free. Today we're talking about parenting. You have to laugh. You have to see the funny side of the story. So I have a couple experiences I'm going to share. With one of those, you have to laugh or you're going to cry kind of moments. So before we came to France, we flew out from LAX. So we were in LAX for quite a while because things went wrong with the flights. All stuff was going on. It was a bit crazy. And our kids were playing around. We bought them bubbles. Anyone who's got kids knows bubbles entertain your kids for hours. Well, anyway, we were sat on the chairs like you do in the airport. Next thing I know, Tyler goes, "Mummy, I'm stuck." He's tried to hide behind us under the chairs, but in a way was this big pillar. This big metal bolted structural pillar. And he'd popped his way through, forced his way through because he's so determined. But then he couldn't get back. Like, oh my gosh, it was so horrendous. He was completely stuck. Like, we're going to have to go up for our flight soon, and my son is stuck between a pillar. We tried all different things, couldn't do it. We ended up speaking to security, we had people advising us how to do it while we were waiting, because they'd already called the fire brigade to come and help him and get him out. It was a crazy moment, and we could have freaked out, gone nuts. Oh my gosh, we had to see the funny side. My poor little man is just like stuck there between his pole, head kind of in, body out, stuck. We got him out and everything was good, but it was one of those, you have to laugh or you're gonna cry. It was just the most, we're gonna miss our plane because our boy is stuck behind this massive pillar, which is a big structural pillar in an airport, so there was no way they could even really cut him out because it's like the main pillar in the airport. It was just the most insane moment ever. Like, it was literally holding the roof up. We were like, what are they gonna do? Luckily we got him out of there and it was all okay and it was funny and he was fine. Didn't like people looking at him, but you know, he got his head wedged behind a pillar. We also, at an Airbnb we were at, we had a dishwasher. Woohoo, dishwasher. There's no tablets. We'd only been there one day, and I think we were eating outside, and Tegan was surprising us by filling up the dishwasher. Oh, isn't that so lovely? I know, it's so lovely, right? She didn't have dishwasher tablets, so she thought, I know, I'll do what I normally wash up with. And she gets the washing up liquid and fills the whole little thing you normally put a tablet in with washing up liquid. And then puts it all on, comes outside. Oh, I've helped and loaded the dishwasher. Oh, brilliant, that's great. Then we hear all this noise and we go back in the kitchen and it looks like it snowed. Like, bubbles have burst the door open. There are bubbles galore. This was only a cheap washing liquid. I've never seen so many bubbles in my life in one room. Luckily it's like nice hardwood polished floor so we can clean it up. You have never seen so many bubbles in your whole life. So we let the kids have a bit of fun, have some snow play with the bubbles and stuff. And then we got to seriously cleaning it up. That was another one of those moments where you could have gone, ah, what have you done? It's not even our house. Like, we have to be careful what we're doing. But again, we made it fun. You had to laugh. Kids do crazy things. I remember when I was little, watching my little sister watch us put movies on, which were VHS videos. Do you remember? She used to be sat up, propped in her cushions, watching us put these things in this box, this little square box into the bigger box. And then the movies come on. Soon as she could move, soon as she could walk, sandwich, straight in there. No, I wasn't a parent then, and as a kid I found that hilarious. But can you imagine how they reacted? They just busted their VCR machine. They can no longer watch videos because there's a sandwich in the machine. That really got me thinking, like, what was the behind the kids' thought on that? She's seen us all this time putting these boxes into that machine, putting something into this hole in this machine. So as soon as she has something that kind of fits, a sandwich that kind of fits, right? Straight in the machine. These crazy things happen and you just have to laugh. I bet every parent on here has a story where they've had to laugh or cry. Parenting is funny. The things they say, inappropriate things, inappropriate places to people they should never say these things to. Kids don't have that limiting belief or that all these society's things that say how they should speak at certain times to certain people. They don't have all that on them, especially when they're really little. So you just have to laugh. You just have to enjoy the moment. Realise they're just kids. Most people around, they won't take it as bad as you're feeling they will. Because it's a little kid. It's a little kid. I remember taking Tegan on a walk around the farm where we used to live. And the farmer had some friends there. And they're like, oh, hello, hello. And they're like, how old are you? She's like, guess. So they guess a bit high, guess a bit low, and then they come to the number, and it was all great fun. And then she asked the lady, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, no, we shouldn't ask ladies that question. And the lady's like, no, it's okay. Guess, how old do you think I am? Now this lady's probably 50, 60 years old. Tegan's like, you look really old. Are you like 96, nearly 100? And it's like, what do you do in that moment? So I'm like, you just said guess. When kids are little, they don't really have a concept of age. And I remember a little kid asked me once when I was in a school, like, how old are you? And I'm like, 14. And they were like, 14, wow, that's so cool. I can't wait till I'm 14. And they just don't understand the age and the concept and time when they're really young. So that was another moment that was just, it was hilarious. But a little bit like, she just called this 50-year-old, told her she looked 96 to 100. This poor lady is now going to go away feeling really old. Why would you say guess to a little kid? She was probably hoping for like a 24 or some awesome numbers to come out. Kids do crazy things all the time. They say crazy things all the time. You just got to find it funny. Hey! You just got to find it funny. You've got to laugh. Don't get so overly stressed. Stop overthinking it, especially if it's a person they've offended. Most people know, kids have no filter. They're just being kids. There's innocence in it. I find it funny at school. A lot of people in the young schools, one of the first words that kids learn are these 3 little letter words: cat, sat, bat, fat. When a kid learns the word fat, like, it's a cool word and it rhymes with fat and sat and cat and bat. But then anyone who looks slightly round or plumpish, they call fat. Okay, in some cases they may be right, but do we go around calling people fat? It can be so hard. You've got to have humour with it. You've got to, if you're fun and playful with it and you respond in like a, oh my god, kids are so cheeky, ha 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 ha, people will get on board, they'll find it funny, they'll see the humour in it, they know kids are just being kids. If you stand there and start shrieking at your kids, this fat person then feels doubly bad. 1, they've just been called fat and now they're feeling fat. 2, some kids getting shouted at because they're fat and they feel fat. It's so crazy. Apparently it isn't always easy. Kids can do the craziest things, the silliest things, things that just, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you said that. Stop getting stressed. Stop crying. Stop freaking out. You got to see the funny side. Even if you don't have to explain to them later, in the moment, try and see the funny side so that it's not this big thing that happened. Tyler with his head in the airport, bless him, we've barely spoken of it since. I didn't want this to be this one big thing that he did this time and everyone went crazy and it was all insane and Hey Sarah. So we kind of found it funny. Everyone there were like, oh my god, kids, and it was really beautiful. Everyone was lovely. They called off the fire brigade once we got him out. They were really, genuinely concerned about him and if he's okay. They couldn't believe how determined he was to get in there in the first place. You gotta have fun with this thing called parenting, because it's not easy. It is hard, and some days are much harder than others. If you can bring humour to parenting, you're already winning. If you can take on these crazy situations and see the funny side, even if you have to go and explain later. We had a good chat with Tyler later saying, your determination is incredible, but when it comes to getting into places, into things, yourself into things, even if it is arm through a butt, anything like that, you have to think about, how to get it out. You got to go both ways. So we had that little chat after, but in the moment, it was kind of light-hearted. It's kind of like, oh, what did you do? This is so funny, you silly Billy. Rather than like, ah! We didn't want to make this one of those childhood traumas that like scar them for life because of how we felt with other people. Some people might have been like, oh God, I've had to call this person. Oh my God, this is all. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Thinking about how they're looking as a parent, thinking about how people are looking and watching, because there was quite a crowd starting to gather. It didn't matter about that. It was about the kid. Let's just get him out with as little stress as possible, make it fun and light-hearted. Everyone was lovely. People came over after, like, just to check, you know, is he okay? Because we just had to get him out of this. It's really scary, head and neck. Ah! Not making it a light-hearted moment, because inside, very scary, could have been so serious. Ah! But in the moment, you got to overcome yourself, get out of yourself. It's not about us, it's about what's happening in that situation. And make it light, it's okay, stuff happens. How can we teach kids to fail fast, move forward? Failure is the best way of learning. He will never stick his head in a tight spot again. I can say that because he learnt, because he went through an epic fail, and after you come out the other end of an epic fail, it's a great lesson. How can we teach them to failure is a great thing because you learn from it? If when they do a fail that we feel is a big one because it impacts us, and we jump on them and shout at them and get angry and get upset and, you know, we get stuck in ourselves. So important. Parenting is funny. I bet every parent on this could share a story with me. Come on. I bet everyone on this. Comment below, send me a message. I bet everyone has that funny story when something, either when they were a kid and they did something crazy and their parents freaked out, or that your kid's done and you freaked out, or your kid's done and you managed to find the funny side, or on reflection later on you can look back and go, actually now everyone's safe and everyone's okay, that was hilarious. You have to laugh at this stuff, otherwise you're gonna go crazy. If we stack all this stuff that we can get stressed out with as parents, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna have no hair, you're gonna be pulling it out. My hair's tied up, I haven't lost it all. You're gonna be like grey, bald, stressed. You've got to laugh, you've got to find it funny. And then you can share with them when they're older these funny things that happen, and they might even go, oh! But how much will they appreciate the fact that it's this funny story they don't even remember, rather than it being this crazy trauma that happened and I'm so glad we got his head out before the fire break came. Though then we would have been cool because they would have had hats and torches and all this cool stuff. You've got to laugh. You've got to have fun with parenting. If you don't laugh, you cry. At least laugh in front of the kids. Have a cry later when they're in bed like, oh, I can't believe we went through this. But try and be in the moment, try and laugh, try and see, you know, they're never intentionally trying to put us in these crazy situations. They're never trying to harm us or cost us money or break things. Stuff happens. At any age. Even we do stuff now that we're like, oh, I can't believe I did that. You gotta laugh. Life gets tough sometimes, but you gotta laugh and have fun with it. If you don't laugh, you cry. You don't want to spend your life crying. Hey Nicola, nice to see you. So go have fun and find the fun in it. It's funny, you gotta laugh. Don't cry. Laugh, enjoy it. The moments that our kids need us, rely on us, and we share all these crazy stories are so short. You need to enjoy it. They're going to be off and gone soon, and these will just be distant memories. So enjoy it and make them fun, happy, crazy memories instead of like, ah! I remember being, with my son being 3, and he drew crayon up the wall, hallway and radiator. So I gave him a sponge and Jif cream to clean it. Oh, I just pressed an angry face. I didn't mean to press an angry face. Oh, now I pressed a sad face. Ah! And now I flipped it round. Awesome. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, now I've put a laughy face. Yes. And Jif and some crayon. Sponge it off, sponge it off. We have crazy things where our kids make mess all the time. My son drew a picture, it's probably back on our Facebook and Instagram, but it's a beautiful Spanish house, big white polished table, and he drew a picture of us all in this beautiful house on the white table. We washed it off, it was cool, but we took pictures first, we enjoyed the art, we gave him credit for his beautiful artwork, asked him to use paper next time, washed it off. When he's tried to help to pour salt into a salt pot and stuff and it goes all over the table, or flour when cooking, we do arts and crafts for a bit and draw in the mess. Then we clear it up. And we're like, next time, how can we do it without making a mess? So it's got to be fun. It's got to be enjoyable. Thanks for sharing your story, Sarah. That's so awesome. Yeah, we've had many crazy things. When we first moved into the farmhouse we had in Cornwall, we were creating the kids' playroom. And Tyler wasn't really walking. I don't know if it was Tyler or Tegan. One of them came in, put their hand in the paint straight on the wall. And this was a white wall. And that actually inspired us. We then got poster paints rather than wall paint, because that shouldn't be on your skin. And they decorated their own wall with their handprints. And they got to compare them, because we were in that house for a few years. So they had these tiny prints, and then they were getting bigger and bigger. But they had their own wall they decorated, which was inspired by one of them, you know, ruining our nice white shiny wall. So have fun, laugh, laugh, laugh. You have to laugh more and enjoy this thing called parenting. We only get one shot at this. They're only little, such a short amount of time. We need to enjoy it, love them unconditionally, no matter how crazy they can be. Go be an awesome parent. I know you've got it in you.